What's up, Greensboro? You're tuned in to a brand new episode of Radio Greensboro here on WUAG 103.1 FM. I'm here with RetroHixz, who just finished playing for us. That was a great set, guys. What did y'all think?
I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, we haven't done anything even remotely like that before, so it was kind of exciting and terrifying at the same time.
I guess we are kind of used to just playing for ourselves most of the time. So
It just kind of felt like a rehearsal, but it was
Yeah, because
So then it was simple and easy.
Yeah.
I was forgetting that we were rehearsing because there were no other people there. But you were right there in the little window to remind us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stay on task.
That's right. Fantastic. So what are each of your names? What instrument do you play for this group? And what color socks are you wearing today?
Okay, yeah. So I'm Luke. I sing half of the vocals, less than half, and I play drums. And I'm wearing classic white Hanes that you get at Walmart.
Can't go wrong.
Are you sure I didn't see them? Okay. Yeah. There.
all right. Well,
Get on there, Chad.
yeah, my name's Chad. I play bass for the RetroHixz, and I am wearing black socks. So classic.
my name's Brandon. I play guitar and sing like 60% of the vocals.
Rough 60-40. That's a good.
rough
That's a
estimate.
good estimation.
Yeah. And I'm wearing like those like athletic black socks you get at Payless. So shout out Payless.
Yeah.
I'm Gavin. I play keys by process of elimination. You should probably know that already. But and I'm wearing classic black socks, a la Chad. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Chad style.
Perfect.
That socks.
Absolutely perfect. So what was the name of each song in your set? And can you tell me about each song?
Okay.
Let's start at the beginning.
As you do.
So the first little chunk of sound, which was all continuous without a break, is we call that colloquially like the medley or Party in Purgatory.
Yeah.
It's sort
I
of
think
three main chunks.
When we put it out, it'll be Party in Purgatory. It's like a medley of three songs
the
that we
three
had.
main chunks are like the first part of it is we
Part
just call
one,
it
part
intro.
two, and part three.
We call
we call them intro, part 2, and something don't feel right,
Yeah.
which is the hook of the third one.
Yeah.
So they kind of the latter two came like the same day. We just jammed them both out, and they were in the same key. And they're like, and we eventually decided like they just belong together. So
yeah,
we played them
we
together.
kind of did the intro as a joke. It was just this jam we did once. We were like, let's make a song out of that, and then we did that. And
we kind
It
of
was originally called "We Are the RetroHixz."
yeah.
We are the retro.
Alternatively, who are the RetroHixz? And Brandon was originally rapping over it, but we decided against it.
When are the RetroHixz?
Yeah. Why are the
right
RetroHixz?
now.
No one ever asked how are the retro hits.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the first one, and then
We're
then Sisters.
so then Sisters is next. That was like
I
the
feel
first
like-
big one we did.
Yeah. Sisters. I guess
It's
I
one
can
of the
talk
first.
about
It's
that.
one of the first songs we all did together. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandon wrote the bulk of it, and then we like
I was literally
worked
just
on it a long
like
time.
on my lunch break, like in the summer, and the whole song just kind of came to me in like 15 minutes, and I drove back to. I didn't run because I like work all the way downtown, but like
He
drove
always
back-
dramatizes when he wrote a song. He's like, and then like I had to dodge a car.
And then I had to Batman was there, and I'm just like karate chopped him. But I come to the guys and I'm just like, guys, we have to do this song, and they're like, it's okay.
Yeah, usually it's
But-
just like guys wrote a song in our group chat.
And like 7 months later, we can finally play it.
Well, you can actually play it now. Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay, and then
Drunken on Wednesday. That was.
that's our most recent one. Of all
How did that one happen? It was just a riff, right?
Yeah, I think I came in. I came
We
into
had the guitar riff first.
I came into rehearsal one day just with the riff, and then we just really built around that.
Yeah.
That was like one of our most collaborative songs because I was just like, I just have this riff.
Yeah.
And we, like,
I think I
bass
helped you write the
lines.
verses. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That one's pretty.
That's pretty self-explanatory. And then
that was pretty
and then
straight.
Ultraviolet, which is our
straightforward.
our second big one that we put
That
together.
was interesting because I wrote the bass.
That one was fucking impossible to put together.
I wrote the intro for that bass part.
Oh
the
my God.
doo-doo. Yeah.
Sorry.
All good.
But yeah. Yeah, Ultraviolet was pretty tough to put together. It took like 2 months. But it came out pretty good, I think.
Yeah. No, it was
That was the first song
tricky.
I ever worked on with you guys because I wrote that little
Yeah.
keyboard thing in tandem.
We
with
couldn't
bass, and then I
figure
was in
out-
the band.
Well, I mean, you wrote the main little like riff thing, like doo doo,
Yeah.
and then we just kind of built everything around that.
That was a
And
very
then,
collaborative one again.
wrote
Like that
the rest
was.
of the bass
Yeah,
parts.
there's actually
and-
not a whole lot else in that song. It's mostly.
That's about it.
The
It is
doo-doo
mostly
part.
that, yeah. And then there was
And then there's
Barefoot
the 6/8
Moscato.
section. I mean, yeah, but
So then Barefoot Moscato was the
Yeah.
last song, and I think that was another one that Brandon kind of brought to us,
Yeah,
like
I
almost
was,
fully
like,
formed.
Not like anything else in our set, which was very obvious, very apparent. But it's a lot more punky. I just kind of came into rehearsal one day and I was just angry. So I was just like, Or Puck song. Why not?
Yeah, we're experimenting more with
No
it.
one. No one's.
with frustration.
It's
Yeah.
an emotion I
Get
feel
some of
sometimes.
this.
But yeah, so that's the whole deal.
That's our set. That was what
Fantastic.
Sorry again. I
ramble.
you know.
So for those who don't know, this band RetroHixz, their name is spelled RetroHixz. So
Yeah.
where did the name RetroHixz come from, and what does it mean?
I'm just gonna leave. I'm just
Okay.
gonna give the mic. To
Yeah.
Luke
So
on
this
that
is
one.
this is story time now.
Story time.
It was about a year ago, I guess. Now it's been almost a year since
Yeah,
we started.
Our first jam was like about a year ago today.
Yeah. So before this, I think the summer before that, so 2 years ago, you and Chad, Brandon and Chad, had a thing they were trying to put together called Summer Project. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it was our summer project.
Because it was their summer project. You get it?
What a fitting title, boy.
and yeah.
What a fitting title.
But so then they were trying to put something together, and then I wrote a song like last March and put it out. My cousin helped me put it together, and then we put it out. And Brandon, he told me like one day he was at work and he heard, like I shared it with him, and he was like, oh, Luke can do music things. So then we started jamming together.
Guy, I hate him.
So then we started. I hated him, but now I don't. But so we started jamming, and we were trying to. I think our original name was the Cold Ones, which is nothing.
We're gonna crack open a.
With a Z at the end, of course. But so that was what it was, and we were like, "That's terrible. We'll find something else. This is temp." But and then I was like, "I have a song I'm working on called RetroHixz," and that at the time it was spelled HICK, and they were like, "Well, that's the band name. Why are you even holding out on us? What's going on?" So and then I think Gavin contributed.
And then I joined the band when I recommended it jokingly that we spell it HIXZ. And then before actually jamming with them, I was then in the band.
Yeah, I think it was that
And
night.
I didn't know any of these people until last May, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
I'm pretty new here.
Yeah, we started hanging out when the
That was
Ice House
last
started
edition.
Yeah, Ice House.
hanging out. Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
by the way,
so
we
there you
lived
go.
The Ice House, so we were the.
Yeah, so it basically means like I intended it to mean sort of this contradictory. Gavin and I were talking about it. He is actually,
I don't know. Go ahead.
but so retro and hick, like I wanted the word hick to be in there, but only phonetically, if that makes any sense. It's like, because
We accomplished that.
like the three of us at least are from,
Small town.
kind of small town, rural. And that's like, we were raised in that, but it's like, what am I trying to say
Certainly
here?
don't adapt those ideas.
We're not, yeah, but it's, yeah, so like, we're not really we're not Hicks,
just
but
kind
it's
of
in our
like-
DNA.
Kind of
I
maybe
guess.
like.
Is this making any sense?
I'm from San
contradictory
Francisco, so that doesn't really apply to me, just to
Yeah.
let people know.
Yeah.
I still
It's so,
identify-
yeah, it's meant to be like this sort of contradictory, and I think people are kind of inherently contradictory, but I don't want to get into
How deep
that.
are we going here? What's the next question?
Yeah, so the next question, let's just get on.
We could talk a long time about that.
Yeah, it's philosophy.
So how did all of you actually meet each other and then end up forming this group?
I'll talk last.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I just want to start.
dude, Grogan 8th floor,
Rogan,
freshman year.
Yeah.
Freshman.
Dude,
So, yeah, Luke-
Shouts out Grogan.
Luke,
Yeah.
Chad, and I just.
Well, actually, okay,
talked.
Brandon and I lived
Yeah.
on the 8th floor. Chad lived on the 3rd floor, but he was always on the 8th floor.
Always on the
because
8th
the 3rd floor was kind of weird, right?
Yeah,
But the eighth floor was-
sucked. The eighth
The
floor was.
8th floor was popping
First of all,
because it was the art people.
obviously all the arts majors lived on the eighth
Yeah,
floor.
so we were all
I used to
hanging
go
out.
there all the time.
Yeah.
We,
Chad would just like sit in the lounge.
do homework.
and do
hang out with
homework,
people,
yeah. So yeah, that
yeah.
started then, and then you guys started living together, right?
You guys
Yeah,
are
Chad-
juniors now?
We're
Or seniors?
seniors. Most of
Yeah.
us-
Well, Gavin has already just got his master's, so.
I'm old. That's all.
Yeah, the three of us basically met freshman year of college.
And then I
that's
split
3
off.
years
I started
ago.
living in a solo suite, and you
Yeah.
guys started living together.
Yeah, and then
So
we,
2 years went by and nothing was really going on. Like we were hanging out
and we,
occasionally.
me and Luke were in the same philosophy class.
That's right. No, yeah, the
Junior year.
semester where the RetroHixz started, we were in a philosophy class together, and we were talking a lot.
Shout
And
out to Dr. Rosencrantz.
Rosencrantz, dude. But I think then that was when the seed was planted that
Yeah,
we were
we
both into
just
music
started
stuff.
talking about music, and like you showed me
Yeah.
your stuff, and
that's how that-
and then I was like,
that
yo,
relay
we should me,
started,
you, and
yeah.
Brandon should totally jam sometime. We did,
And then we
it
ultimately
was
did in
awesome.
April.
Basically, if Luke didn't put out like a fire track, he just wouldn't be in this band.
Dude. So basically, I'm responsible. But
basically all
so then Gavin comes in. Tell your part, Gavin.
Yeah, so I did my master's in trumpet here at UNCG. and I graduated last May, so coming up on a year ago. But I knew Chad the whole time there. We just never talked or hung out. And then I graduated, and we started hanging out, and I finally like had friends in North Carolina at all. And then I was just hanging out with him in May, and I went over and I met Luke and I met Brandon, and then we just jammed one day, and that's my story.
And then he added the X, and then it was
And here
history.
we are. I really mostly know these guys through being in the band with them.
Yeah.
We are friends now too, of course,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, that's
Oh, jeez.
only on Tuesdays and shows, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk.
Yeah, and now we're gonna act like we're. Okay, yeah. There you go.
Fantastic. Great story, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what are some of you guys' influences towards this group, both within and without the realm of music?
Okay. Cool. Gavin, you want to start this one?
Your influences are different. You should.
I'm making all of this up. So I'm predominantly like a classical person. So usually when we're writing things, I don't really play keyboard. I just kind of mess around on my synth and was able to kind of figure some things out. But I just know a bunch of chords, and so they'd start playing something, and I'd be like, "Do you like it?" And they'd be like, "No, it's too much." And then I would just simplify it or
lie.
change it until we eventually got like. That's kind of where how my process in the band. But I don't know. I guess I like. In music, like blues and like Daft Punk, various kinds of dance things, and I don't know, like that's kind of it though as far as
Primary
my specific-
bonding point between me and
Yeah.
Gavin is Daft Punk.
Yeah, that's kind of where I got into the band
As an entry point.
personality wise. Yeah, but I think that's all I have to say about that. Yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah, no, I think Luke and I were actually talking about this. We were just like, if we could like think of like 3 bands that were like, what are our band in 3 bands? And it was like, what was it? The Black Keys,
Yep.
Weezer, the Beach Boys, and then Weezer before they wanted to be the Beach Boys.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, that's right.
That's
how
pretty
you
much
put it.
it's my take on that.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate. And the Strokes too. We really love
Strokes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. I personally really love Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't really. I don't know how much that enters into.
Yeah.
I think structurally, there's a Phoenix song that structurally I was very inspired by when we were putting Ultraviolet together. Just specifically the 6/8 bridge. I think that's a really nice reprieve from a song to have a bridge in 6/8. So yeah, shouts out Phoenix. What else?
I don't know my influences. So I originally started playing trumpet. That was the first instrument I ever learned, and I grew up playing like just classical jazz music a lot of the time in high school, and I've been in some of the ensembles at here in UNCG. And I also really my first kind of music that I was really got into was classic rock, so Led Zeppelin, like Beatles, you know.
The Essentials.
Yeah, the Essentials, yeah. And I know, I just kind of picked up bass. I only picked up bass like 2 years ago, and
Really?
I've been, yeah.
Yeah, no, when we were doing the summer project, there were just times where, like, it was just, because I was on guitar and bass and he'd play
yeah.
drums, but Chad
But
was
also,
just like,
yeah.
I want to learn to play bass.
Also, yeah,
because you
I
suck.
had been playing drums for a while, too. It was the second instrument I learned. So,
Yeah.
I played drums in marching band in high school and
right.
indoor
You
and
told me
everything,
about
but, yeah.
And Chad does play drums on a few tracks.
Yeah, and I
Waiting
do-
for Walls.
Yeah, none of the tracks we played tonight, but,
Yeah,
you know.
but like
No
other
tracks
tracks we're
released
working
yet.
on. haven't released. Las Marianas is going to be Chad drums.
Yeah. But, yeah, those are kind of our
Yeah. So
influences.
yeah, I mean, and like they said, classic rock. My dad is a musician as well, and he
Shout out to Dad.
shout out
to
Keith
Dad. Shout out to
Taylor.
all the dads.
Keith, if you're
But
listening.
yeah, I was actually born in Nashville, and that's because at the time he was pursuing a career in music. So he's very much he brought me up on Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
Beatles, obviously. But yeah, there you go.
Fantastic. So going off that last question, what are some artists and songs that are hot on each of your playlists right now? Feel free to break out the phones.
Break
if you
out
have
the
to share.
Spotify,
Gotta
dude.
give it
I
to
gotta-
Spotify.
What have I been listening to lately?
I don't even have Spotify. Oh, my phone's
My phone's dead.
because we were performing because I'm a good musician.
My phone's off and dead. So I'm just gonna go from memory.
Yeah, you can go
You
first.
go first. I'm gonna need
Then the new Tame Impala song is pretty dope.
Yeah, Patience.
Patience,
That's
which
a
is
booty shaker right there. boy.
yeah, and like
Goodness.
the stuff he's talking about, like it's like about being a musician and putting out albums. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
What else?
Did you hear their new song? They played
Yeah.
on SNL last night.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Borderline.
Yeah, they're definitely going in a more like I guess dancey
Yeah, for sure.
on a dancey route for this record, which
For sure.
which is welcome.
Yeah, it's hip.
I'm into that.
Me too.
The new Cage the Elephant song,
Oh,
House of
yeah.
Glass.
Oh my.
House of Glass. Right, right.
Yeah, no, sorry,
And
that's
Beck,
Brandon.
Yeah.
No one's gonna steal mine.
Yeah. What else?
Okay, I guess I'll go next. Let's see. I'm just gonna go through my recently played. Let's see. Oh, I was listening to Sweater Song by Weezer.
Yeah.
On my way home from work. House of Glass by Cage the Elephant. That song is
House
just.
of Glass.
Oh, the new Dance Gavin Dance song. I really love Dance Gavin Dance. It's
Oh,
absolutely
yeah, that
nothing
new
like what we sound like because Luke won't let me do it. But
That's not true. It's just not our sound.
no, 100% it's not. Oh, and that new Wallows album.
Dude,
Have you heard that?
Wallows.
man.
It's so it's.
Oh
it's,
man, Wallows is
That's
so
right.
good, especially this record.
What's the
Nothing.
vibe?
Very, very, very indie rock.
Yeah, indie rock. It's a
Word.
little
Yeah.
beachy.
A little beachy.
Um,
yeah.
I think someone suggested that to me actually.
How would you describe them?
Wallows, yeah.
They're like, I think of them as like a, I guess like a, I would say millennial Weezer, but I guess it's technically Weezer because they're trying to be that now. It's like, yeah, indie rock. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little synthed up, especially on
Yeah.
like the closing track.
Like,
and
I think
they're-
what really made me like their album over their EP was the more psychedelic influences.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially
And-
like on
and-
Ice Cold Pool and
Oh yeah. The horns on Ice Cold.
Do
Pool
Not
are
Wait
nice. Yeah.
is like bone chilling to me.
Yeah.
Sick.
But yeah, it's pretty tight. Nothing Happens is the name of that record. Shout out.
Chad, Gavin?
Yeah.
Chavin?
I've been listening to some Funkadelic lately. That's
Yeah.
what just
Sick.
ones
Always.
I
Nice.
recently
Very nice.
played. Let me see. Snarky Puppy has been putting up some new stuff lately,
Yeah.
so I've been listening to that. I'm all about that jazz fusion kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, always on the lookout. Yeah, as we were saying, the Cage the Elephant, Modest Mouse putting out new stuff.
Brandon just
Oh,
came out with
Modest
Phoebe
Mouse
Bridgers.
put out a new song.
yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it's really
Oh my
good.
God.
I've been
Yeah.
listening to that.
That's right.
You know, I'm always trying to keep up. There's so much to listen to. It's just hard to.
It's more and more. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Gavin?
I have to talk now.
Yes.
Here you go, Gavin.
Hello again. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't really listen to things as they come out. I wait hundreds of years for everyone to die, and then I listen. But I don't like recently. I've been listening to a lot of B.B. King and Marvin Gaye. I always
Hey.
kind of come back to them. Those have been favorites
Didn't,
of mine since high school.
Didn't a Marvin Gaye song just drop? Like one that was unreleased?
I don't know. I don't read the news. I guess I.
I believe one did.
I,
there was
yeah,
that
I
also.
think they did just
Well,
like
I should
pull out
listen
a.
to that then. Absolutely.
I think it's called "I'm Your Man" or something like that.
That sounds right. Sounds
Something
like Marvin.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, and then I always come back to my Chopin piano nocturnes like
Nice.
every I don't know, every month or so. I just have to come back and listen to them all again. And then
Oh, yeah.
when the mood strikes me, like probably the craziest thing I listen to is Gogo Bordello, which is like a Ukrainian gypsy punk
Yeah, they're wild.
band. Yeah, they're pretty crazy. So
I've seen
that
some
and
festival
all the
stuff
others.
from them, and the
Yeah, they're
crowd
nuts.
energy and stage energy.
Yeah, Alan Parsons project too.
Yeah, and then recently I've been listening to a lot of
He's
Alan
getting
Parsons.
us
That's
into them.
becoming a big influence for me these days, which I got from my dad, which is kind of when I grew up I didn't really have a whole lot of influence musically from especially not my mom, just not really anything that she got me into. And then my dad has always been really into things, but I never was really that close to it. So now I'm kind of growing up now, and I'm 25, and now I'm discovering all this rock music. I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool, I get it.
Yeah.
I'll be in a rock band. I get it now.
Sick.
Yep.
So, does RetroHixz have any gigs coming up? If so, where? And stipulation: we are not allowed to talk about house shows on the air.
Okay.
Well, you already
Unfortunately.
know we're doing Faust Stock.
Yeah, boy.
Oh yeah.
That's
That's-
that's this coming Saturday. It'll be
The
like
6th.
12 to 6 p.m. I
Yeah.
believe there's gonna be a whole
3:30.
bunch of
Right around
bands.
3, yeah.
It's gonna be a whole bunch of bands.
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun.
There's
If
also
you're
gonna
on
be
campus,
about
the
that.
not doing anything.
it's gonna be the
go check
cultural
it out.
festival and like a big
Yeah.
open house.
Oh yeah.
So it should be.
It'll be a fun time.
It's
Tell
a
the people
whole
out there.
event. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, we
I'm
should have
excited
a
about
good time.
that. So what's the date on that one?
April
It's-
April 6th.
April
yeah.
6th.
It's coming Saturday.
Okay.
Yep.
That's during the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely. Any others?
Not that we have yet. No, just that.
Word.
No comment.
So I heard that y'all recently finished recording a new project. What can you tell me about that?
Finished is a
Whoa, that's a very loose term.
I heard you finished recording
We
it.
finished like 3 times.
We're going in iterations, like getting little things, like
Right.
little, like getting the bridge of the drums on a song or
Well,
something.
our production plan kind of fell through, so now we're just taking time to kind of do things. Most of it.
It's
is
kind of
there.
been
It's basically the 4 songs we released as like our first project back in October. Our little
Re-recorded,
demos,
remixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Remixed,
recorded,
mastered,
we remixed.
yeah.
We have better equipment. We're better musicians.
We've also added 3 songs though.
Yeah, and then we added 3 new original songs, which are Barefoot,
Barefoot
Moscato,
Drunk on a Wednesday.
The 2 songs we played during our set, yeah.
and
And the Christmas
song, which we
and
did
our Christmas
for
song, which we did with the
Greensboro.
a collective Christmas,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which a lot of the bands participated
Which
in.
has raised a lot of money.
It's an
Which is
original.
great.
Yeah, it has,
All the
and it's an original song. I remember Chad came to us and he was like, "Okay, so we got to pick out a song to cover," and I was like,
Absolutely.
"Nah,
we're doing our
write
own.
one, dude." So then we did,
No, we're writing
and
our
it's
own
actually
song.
like I'm
Yeah.
pretty proud of
The
it.
fact
Like
that our
I'm
Christmas
surprised
song
that it's.
didn't come out corny as hell was just.
I mean, part of it is that it's like it's kind of barely a Christmas song. It's only in like aesthetic and,
Yeah, we
and
have sleigh
style.
bells.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's what we just added.
And we vaguely mentioned Christmas at some point, I think. So I think
Yeah, and the chorus.
that satisfied the checklist.
I talk about holly leaves or something too, something weird. But yeah, so there's 7 tracks. Okay. But yeah, so the EP is called The Lifeguard, and we're working on art. We're working
It will
on
be out at some point in the future.
Yeah.
May
Just
probably.
eventually,
Probably May.
probably May. It's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lifeguard
Sweet.
EP.
Sweet. Where can our listeners go to find RetroHixz's music?
We're
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Our
Yeah.
demos all over YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify.
Shout out
iTunes.
DistroKid.
Shout out-
Even title.
Even title.
Even
right.
title, weirdly.
Even title.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Spotify, YouTube, the works, Bandcamp.
Yeah.
We just have a demo out right now, and So, yeah.
We're on Instagram and Facebook too, where you can see a number of links to such recordings and whatever.
As well as memes,
As well as
yeah.
hers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
go
of our-
ahead. List all your social medias.
Oh, yeah. All of our handles are at RetroHixz because shockingly that wasn't
yeah, the
taken.
SEO on that is weirdly really good.
Just to be clear, it's generally RetroHixz one word.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
RetroHixz-
I've had trouble finding our own. I don't even have an Instagram. I don't
Isn't
have
the
a
H
anything,
capitalized
but-
too?
Yeah, I mean that doesn't really matter when you're looking up handles though.
I guess so, yeah.
And that's RetroHixz.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Because we're crazy.
Crazy.
We're kooky. Yeah. See?
It's okay. All our voices sound the same, so no one's gonna know who said it.
I know.
So what's next for RetroHixz? I guess aside from this E EP.
Go home.
Well,
Just give up, I guess.
We're just gonna keep doing this until we either can't or we hate each other, and then we'll do something else.
or we die.
Right now, we're making music.
I
with
guess
We would
shows.
like to make an album.
Yeah.
We have like a lot of ideas for an album.
We're planning on at least making this album that we've been kind of playing with the idea of for the entire time that we've.
Yeah, and it's really kind of starting to congeal now. Like
We have a couple ideas for like a couple different albums actually.
actually, yeah, we have another. Well, okay,
We have
maybe
most
we're
of
chained
one
to
album
this. I don't
worked
know.
out and the strong concept for another album after that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But right now we're still
I guess that's a good
unable
place to be in
finish
general.
The other thing before that, so
We have a lot of
we'll see what
ideas.
happens.
That's
Yeah.
That's not a bad place to be though.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Better than having
certainly
no ideas.
that's yeah.
a surplus rather than a dearth.
Excellent.
Good word.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an SAT word right there.
I think it actually is. I just remember it for some reason.
They're gonna know we're smart now. Now they're gonna listen to us.
I said girth, dude. That's like, is this guy a spelling bee? All right. Okay, let's move on.
All right. So, last thought. Plug anything else that you like. Now is a great time for shout outs and to talk about anything else that you have going on in your life.
Well,
Shout out graduation. I have so much anxiety.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess just
like-
shout out to a couple of the other bands around. Who we played
Shout out
with.
Condado.
Condado. Terms and
Um,
Conditions.
love
my other
Condado.
band.
Hot mess.
Yeah.
Terms and conditions.
have another band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also in another band called Terms and Conditions.
have to get that close.
Yeah. No, well,
Terms X conditions. Yeah.
Terms X Conditions.
I have a solo project.
Shameless plug right there.
I have a solo project I'm working on an EP for as well. Brandon's helping me with that. Shout out Brandon. Carl Data is the name of that. Anguish of August is the EP.
This
we're working
isn't
on.
related to us at all, but the UNCG Opera is doing Falstaff right now by Verdi, and it's going to be really great. So if anyone's looking to see an opera, you should see that too.
Cool.
All right. Yeah.
Any other shout outs? Anything else?
I love you, Mom, And Dad.
Yeah, thanks for
But
listening.
yeah, if my
If you're
parents
on
are
the
still
air,
listening,
Yeah.
shout out.
I think
Shout
my
out
parents
to-
don't know about
And
it.
anyone else who
I-
happens
yeah,
to
they're
know
cool.
us personally and is listening right now, thank you very much for
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
right
sticking
in
around with
this
us,
moment.
hanging out. Yeah.
The squad. Saquon and Javi over there.
Oh, yeah,
Who've been
our
taking
boys,
pictures of us.
Saquon and Javi, just say hi real fast.
Yeah, come over here.
How we doing, Greensboro?
They're photographers. They're about
And
10
there they
times
are.
as cool as any of us combined. So they make
Yeah.
us look really good.
They don't even need to talk to be cool. They're just like,
They've been here the whole
Kicking
time.
it.
They're very well behaved. Good job.
Very well behaved.
all right, yeah. So shout out,
they were there.
shout out them. Yeah.
Oh man.
So thank you for tuning in to this brand new episode of Radio Greensboro. You can tune in to WUAG this coming Friday, April 5th at 3 p.m. to hear a rebroadcast of RetroHixz set, and you can tune in next Sunday, April 7th at 8 p.m. to hear Raleigh Band Proper Sleep. This is DJ Kickflip signing off.
Shout out
Have a wonderful night.